Hey, Braden. Hey, Braden, did you finish those assignments that I sent you back so I can grade them? Okay, thanks. Thank you much. Thank you much. Well, good to see you all, Dahlia, and who else we have? Charles. Charles is away. Ava, Charlene, good to see you. Kaden, Kaylee, Lauren, Lily, Lucas. Now I'm going to move on to the M's. Malaya, Nilda, Piper, and Vito. All right, what I'd like you guys to do is I'd like you to try this. It's a pretest. It's stuff that you've already gone over, but you probably have forgotten. All right. Um, this is going to just be the pretest on metric systems, a metric system. All right, and let's see. That's not how I want to do this. Wait, I want to go my library. Play. Let's do play, not to sign. There we go. Play, 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 play. Live quiz. Okay. I've got something in front of my screen here so that it can't. All right, so this is classic mode. So this one is kind of like on your own. Let me show you what I'm doing here. And okay. So you guys can do this assignment for participation points, and also it's really great to help me out on this because it helps me know what I need to teach. Yeah, well, remember when you get those assignments done, Braden, the ones that I had you fix, you got to still fix them because they aren't 15 out of 15 yet. And then I'll put your grade in. All right. So I'll transfer those grades, right? So that's why it's kind of low right now. Thanks, you guys, getting in there. All right. So we have 26. Hey, good afternoon, Destiny, Eden, Emma, Gabriella. Good to see you. Isabella. See if I haven't said, I can't remember who I haven't said. Kaylee, Kaylee M, Kaylee Kuhn, Kaylin, how are you? Leanna, Liam, Lucas. I think I've got everybody so far. Autumn. All right, so got 12 out of 26. So remember, we're going to do tomorrow we are going to do a free assignment giveaway. So the more you participate, the more you get involved in these giveaways. So tomorrow is Wednesday, so we'll only have one this week. So this is where you want to put yourself in there because we got 12 people, brave people, 12 brave people, 13 brave people. All right, out of 27. Come on, guys, don't be the person that you want to. I want to know what you know. See if you know stuff. I want to see that you're growing and getting better. All right. So today what we're doing, if I can show you this, we're going to do metric practice. So this week is all about measurement. So, which is a good thing, right? There's science and math goes together, but you guys, I know you guys have a lot of difficulty, but in me, tell yourself that you can do it. I know that you have a lot of voices in your head that say, I can't do this, I'm no good at this. I was there once, but, good teacher, it made all the difference. I can help you. Thanks for getting in there, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Piper. You guys are great. You can put your first name and last initial, that really helps me. Right? Especially if you have similar names. That's a lot of hey, Ava. Well, go and see you. Jump to get there. I got Pepper and Lucas, Haley, and Isabella, Owen, Cohen's in there, Ava, Lauren, Austin, Ray, Kaylin, Lily, Thea, and Milda. We have 32 people in here, so we've got less than more than so don't be those wallflowers, people that just background. We'll do this along with the recordings back on here. Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the metric system, okay? And there is a exit quiz going along with that. So if we look at our home courses here, home, okay, what we're doing this week, density calculations, SI measurements, and abbreviations. So part of it, you get to use your notes, right? And that's helpful. Now, the whole idea here is to get good at this stuff so that you do well on your state test. Now, physical science is not tested, but biology is. But there's a lot of things in physical science that biology depends on. So this is one of those courses where we tell you things and you learn things so that you can go on to biology and do well in their state tests, right? So, so we're going to do an assignment. So you have 2 assignments that count for points. We'll have 2 or 3 assignments that count as extra points. All right, so we're going to do them in class. So if you want extra points at the end of the marking period to bring your grade up even further, you can do that. So these assignments are due by, I think, Thursday, Wednesday, and then Friday for the W3 assignment density, and then Monday, W3 assignment quiz. So these are the 3 ones that count as points. The quizzes count the most. They have an 80% weight to them, where these only count 20%. So getting good at that is really important. So you need to do these assignments because a lot of those questions come and then they show up in the quiz itself. So what we're going to do today is kind of go over, not kind of, but go over using a pair deck. And we'll have some time to give you to work on this metric assignment that's extra points, right? Because I want you to do well. And if you do well, you can give yourself a good grade, but also you'll do well on the state tests, right? And if you can jump in there, we have 35 people. Austin's here, Autumn's here. Who haven't I said hello to? I didn't say hello to Devon. Good to see you. And Gabriella is coming in. And let's see, Justin, I didn't say hello to you. I think I said hello to everybody except Tim. Good to see you, Tim, and Zion. Good to see both of you. All right, so we've got 11. Okay. Like I said, participation is really important. So here is your first participation. First participation is to kind of open up and say, how am I doing on this? Do you understand the SI units? So if you have no idea, know some, or have at least heard of it, then I'd say know some. What an SI unit is, right? Understand metric prefixes. If you know a centimeter and a millimeter and how to write it, then you know some or know most. Can convert. This is where people have the most trouble, and they, again, like I said, try not to shut down, ladies and gentlemen, because these are things that we will be going over from time to time in science, and we are trying to get it so that you can do the state tests and do them, feel comfortable and not shut down. You have to be kind to yourself, tell yourself inside, hey, I know that I can do this stuff if I practice, I can get help. Again, I'm available to help you. So let me see who has responded to this. Let's see here. 9 out of 17. Where are I? Oh, okay, let's see here. Why am I not seeing this? All right, I want to say hello to those people. There we go. That are working on this. Nilda, thank you. Eden, thank you. Lucas, thanks. Ava, Kaylin, Austin, Kaylee, Piper, Kaylee M, and Leanna, Naomi, Isabella, Charlene. Thank you guys. You're so wonderful. Emma, guys, I like you guys so much. All right, so let's move on from there. I'm going to put my timer on just in case. So again, you have these slides available to you, and I'm going to make a graphic organizer, so make it a little bit smaller. It's always important to take some notes, write things down, show your examples, things like that. It's always important. So the SI unit is an international unit. Systems International, it's French, used by scientists. And you guys are going to be scientists. Now, you might not be one today, but if you go into the medical field, they have you convert kilograms to pounds, things like that. So if you do that. You didn't know that. Okay. So again, it's one of the reason I pointed out is because it shows up on tests, right? Anybody know what we use to measure? Let's say we want to measure this marker here, right? What would we use in English? What would we use in English to measure this? How long this is? Anybody know what the units would be? Yeah, inches. We use a ruler, and one side of the ruler says 1 to 12, which is the inches. What if I wanted it was in United Kingdom or England? What would they use for this instead of inches? Anybody know? Instead of inches, they'd probably come up with, let's see, this is about 8 inches, and it's 2.54. So I'm probably 16 or 18 of the, yeah, there you go, centimeters. Thanks, Leanna and Kaylee and Lucas. Excellent. So they use that. Now, back in my day in high school, I was really fearing that they were going to change us over. So, and they were going to, but that was a long time ago. There were dinosaurs, or at least woolly mammoths, when I was going to high school, and they didn't change it over. The only thing that got changed over was this here thing. What do you call this thing? You guys can't see it too well because it focuses in and out. Can I see it? No, you can't. All right, I'm gonna have to show you my cluttery room. But pop bottles. Yeah, there you go, Leanna. Liters, right? That's the only metric system that came over. So that is all we have had to worry about, right? But we do worry now about, because we're doing science, we worry about this, the meter, the kilometer, kilogram, the second, and the temperature. We're not going to be talking about moles or candelas, but we're going to talk about temperature, and we're going to use Kelvin. So, all right. Anybody runners here? Anybody run a 5K? That's another thing. That's a 5 kilometers. Anybody run a 5K? Any runners in here? People that like to run, like to get exercise and compete? Maybe there's several people in my last hour class that did. Anybody do that? 5K? Anybody do that? Nope. Okay. Anybody know what a 5K is in miles? Could never be me. All right. Not a runner. Okay. Some people like to run for exercise. I used to run, but I wasn't very fast. Okay. 5K. You guys have heard that, 5Ks. Okay, so what I'm going to show you, okay, so we're going to go over the this idea of units, and the metric unit is used every day in life in every place but the United States. Scientists do, but we don't. Yeah. Well, could you run 3.2 miles, do you think? Could you run 3.2 miles, Kaylee? Nah. Okay. Well, you could train for it. It's not that far. Not like a marathon, 26 miles. Ah, wow. I could never do that. But I could train for it. I don't think I want to do that. So the thing about scientific information is that we want to make sure, because we get a lot of things globally. We get a lot of things from other countries. We buy a lot from China. We buy a lot of our cars and all the materials that we get from China. And it's all metric, right? It's all metric. It's in centimeters, so forth. Not too long ago, about 10 years ago, lunar space probe for Mars crashed to Mars because the people that were doing all the calculations forgot to convert miles to kilometers, because the machine only knew kilometers and everything was in the metric system, and it crashed. So it makes a big difference if you're putting 3.2 instead of 5, right? 5 kilometers, 3.2 miles. So it makes a big difference if you want to land something and not crash something. Maybe they wanted to crash something. So basic ideas what we're going to talk about today: length, how the distance that we take, 3.2 miles or 5 kilometers. Volume, how much something space it takes up, right? Because we're going to be doing density calculations this week. Mass, how much something weighs. All right, I wonder what happened there. Something, weighs, how much mass it has. Is that you, Lucas? That's okay. And then temperature. We're not going to use that so much this right away, but we will be doing length in meters. So, all right, so meters, and volume in milliliters, and mass in grams. That's okay. That sometimes happens. I've pasted an awful lot of stuff in chat before. Okay, so let's do this together. All right, I'm going to write on this as you write. So what symbol abbreviation for meters? Okay, if you type it, it'd probably be easier to do, is meters is going to be M for meters. Okay, and when we talk about M for meters, we're talking about length. I'm going to put a little check mark here. Let me do this. I'm going to just circle it. Okay, circle. That's length, right? So if we're taking length times width times height to find the volume of something, those are all in meters or centimeters. What symbol abbreviation for liters? We can use the capital L or the little l, right? And that, yes, thanks so much, Leanna. That is volume, how much space it takes up. And then the mass for, what's the unit for mass? Okay, and that's the grams, right? Capital G for grams, or little g, and that is the mass of something. All right, let me take a look how you guys are doing. I'm going to take a picture of this because as soon as I go try and look for you guys, I'm going to give you guys a minute to do this. Let me get my timer. It's 8:01, so at 9:02 we will stop. Let me do that and then move on. So let me do this a second and turn this off so I can see who's working on this thing, and thank them profusely, or when we say profusely, many times. There we go. So who do we got in there working on there? We got Kaylee, got Braden, we've got Lucas, Eden, and if I forgot to mention this, we have a raffle tomorrow for a free assignment. I'll give you 15 points of assignment on week 3. Emma, thanks Emma. And then we have Justin, thanks Justin, Kaylin, Nevea, Zion, good to see you in there. Isabella, Piper, Charlene, Lauren, Nilda, Naomi. All right, we've got 15 out of 19, so almost half of our class. All right, it is nice. I've gone over my time. Okay. Okay, so here are the units, and again, this will be part of your notes, the graphic organizer. I'll put that together for you today or tomorrow. I have a class tonight. I have to take a couple classes, and they're all on Tuesday nights, so this is not a good day for me to do homework. So probably be Wednesday or Thursday before I get this. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the units here, okay? So we have kilo, which means 1,000, hecto, 100, deca means 10, and then the base unit can be the G, the M, or the L. What that means there, the base unit can be grams, meters, or liters. Okay, deci means a tenth, 1/10, centi, 100th, and milli, 1,000th. So let me go through this with you guys. Okay, so how you write these things. Let's do this together. Right. So if I am writing a kilometer, I'm going to write this, and I'm going to type this out for here. I'm going to type this as, let's do this again. Okay, don't hold on to me. km, kilometer, km. So you notice that I chose that K from up there. All right, and then I'm going to go HM, which means 100. So I'm 100 meters, a hectometer. HM, that means 100 meters. And then a DAM, oops, I swore, DAM means 10 meters. And then we've got the meter, which means 1. If I have a meter, I have 1 meter. And then a deci, DM, means I have 1/10 of a meter. And a lot of people get these confused, 0.1 and 0.01. 0.1, a lot of people think, if I think of it in terms of dollars, they think of it as a penny. So this would be a CM, and this would be an MM. Okay. And the same thing, you do the same thing here for kilograms, kg. Okay, a kilogram is about 2.5 pounds if we were to measure it and use the force of gravity. And hg, this is a D, I was thinking of a ham, a DAH, DAH, right? DAG, DAG, DAG. And let's go over to the deci, DG, CG, and this is what you're probably used to this if you ever get medication. I have a medication that's 5 milligrams, not a very big tablet, pretty small. Some of them, and they usually measure those out, mass, and then liters, KL, HL, DAL. You know, it's kind of funny when I think about this is my brother is Raymond Anthony Gale, and when he used to be called RAG because that's what his initial stand stood for, RAG. All right, DL, CL, and ML. Milliliter. We use milliliter a lot. Okay. I'm going to take a picture of this, give you another minute because I'm going to take a look, see who thank those people that are following around with us. Now, again, what it says in here, and you'll have notes of this, King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk, the K goes with the king or the kilometer or the kilo. H for Henry goes for the hecto. D, and again, you get to use your notes on these, so it's a good idea to write the notes down or keep them, keep the graphic organizer close by. All right, so here I'm going to go there, turn this off, put that screen thing up, see who's participating. Oh, we got Kaylee. Thanks, Kaylee. She's got it all done. So does Zion. Lauren, you wrote those out. You got a good pen on your, or a good way to do it on your computer. It was pretty legible. Eden's got it there, and so is Kaylin. And Braden, you're almost there. Isabella, Nilda, Emma, Lucas, almost done. Austin, Justin, Piper, you got a big WHAT. You're having trouble writing on that, you think? If you are, I can understand that. Sometimes it's difficult. That's why I said typing works better. Okay. All right. Let's move on from there. Okay. So let me just kind of explain some things to you. All right. And I'm going to show you just something that if we were to change our money system is pretty close to being metric in that it's in groups of 10. All right, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me show you the screen here. All right, I didn't want to do that, but I will cancel. I'll go this way. Show my screen. You can see my document camera. Okay. So this is a dollar bill. This would be considered, let's say we would consider this as my unit, right? My unit of, this would be what I would consider 1. All right. Did I write that backwards? I did. It's upside down for some reason. I don't like this. But then 1/10 of a dollar, oops, this is a dime. A dime, okay, 1/10 of a dollar is 0.1. Or so if I called that, this would be a decidollar. A decidollar. If I wanted to change it into the metric system, right? A decidollar. And the penny, which is 0.01, would be my centidollar. C-E-N. Got to write this upside down. Centidollar. This is my decidollar. Oops. Decidollar. And this would be my unit. So we would have to get rid of, we have to pretty much get rid of the quarter, the nickel, things like that, because this is how the decimal system is. This is my unit. My next unit up would be $10, $100, and $1,000. I would have nothing. I would have no $20 bills, no $50 bills. I would just be doing this. So this is my decidollar, 1/10 of a dollar, right? And this one, a lot of people get mixed up with a penny. But if I put that placeholder in here, 0.10, looks like a dime. 0.01 is 1/100 of a dollar. And that makes sense, yeah. A cent, that's where they get it from anyway. A cent is 100. 100 of those makes a dollar. 10 of these makes a dollar. So 1/10. So that's how I like to think about it. Okay. Let me go back to my picture up here. Share my face again. Here we go. Share. Okay. So paperclip, again, the idea here is you have small units. So this is a meter stick. Meter stick goes from 0, this is only part of it, goes from 0 to 100, right? Just like a dollar bill goes from 0, a dollar bill, in order to make a dollar bill, you need 100 pennies. So the centimeter are these numbers, and the smaller ones are your millimeters. Okay, so here is what we're going to be doing with this, okay? And I'm going to have you guys just take a look at this, okay? And we're going to jump over to the assignment. It's 1:17, so we got about 13 minutes left. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to do, and I'm going to help you guys out with this. So I'm going to give you, here we go, this assignment here. We're going to work on, I'm going to do the gray with you, and you guys are going to do the blue, okay? And then hand it in for points. So let me get you the link to that. It is in the modules. All right, practice. And there's an exit quiz as well. All right, so here we go. Tell me if you are in there. So again, what you want to do when you get in there, you want to hit the blue that says metric practice. It's really hard to do this practice if you're trying to do it at this screen. You got to make sure it goes big. Okay, tell me if you're in there. If you have trouble and it won't type in, it's probably because you didn't click on the blue sign that says 9-3 metric practice. All right, anybody tell me they're in? All right, thanks, Kaylee. I'm going to go to the teacher page. Okay, teacher page. All right, so, okay, so what you'll notice here, I'm going to make this a slideshow, and then I'll show it to you here. So if we're going to go from meters to centimeters, okay, meters is my basic unit, okay? And I'm going, so it goes to a smaller unit, you move to the right, okay? So in this particular case, we're going to move to the right. So to do that, I'm going to have to do it this way, right? Is I'm going to type in the okay, I'm going to use my pen here. So there is a decimal point at the end of a whole number, 256 meters, okay? And we're going to go to centimeters. So we're going to go to, from the base unit, we're going to go down 2 places. Okay, so that means I have to add 2 zeros. Add 2 zeros. Now, the way you look at it, I have $256, right? And I want to change them into pennies, right? So if I do that, I have to multiply it by 100. So in order to do that, I'm going to add 2 zeros. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to type this in, right? To type in 256 and add 2 zeros. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. And I can move this up a little bit here. Why does this want to not want to do that? Okay. There we go. I made them so that you could see that there was something you could type in. 256, 25,600 pennies, if you think about it. If I had $256 and I changed them into pennies, somebody you didn't like, let's say, and you wanted to, you owed them $256, you could go to the bank and say, can I have 25,600 pennies? Okay, so I'm moving that over to the right. I'm going from a bigger unit, meters, to centimeters, and you can see that's the smaller here. And the instructions here, you'll have these instructions when you have to do your assignment. All right, so here we're going to take number 2, 97.25 centimeters to millimeters, centimeters to millimeters, all right, is just one. Let me go here. So centimeters is here to millimeters. Okay, we're making it bigger again. Now here you'll notice we have a decimal point in this. And let me know if I'm going too fast, ladies and gentlemen, because if I am, you can tell me and I can slow down. So here's the decimal point here. So to multiply this by 10, the decimal point just moves over to past the 2, between the 2 and the 5. All right. Now, if you didn't know that, you could always multiply it by 10 and you see what happens with your calculator. 97, 2.5. All right, let me get that out of the way there. 972.5. That makes sense. You had $97.25, and for some reason, you wanted to change. Well, you wanted to change that into thousandths of a penny. Okay. What happened to my? There we go. Yep, I did it. Okay. So we're making it bigger. 972.5. Okay. How we doing? All right. Yep. Oh, did I put? It's a 2, not a 5 there, Braden. 9725. 9725. Okay. All right. Great. All right. So now we're going from grams to milligrams. Right? Grams to milligrams. Grams is my unit, and milligrams is 1, 2, 3. So remember, any whole number is going to have a decimal point at the end. See, this one had a decimal point inside. So I'm going to go here, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to add 3 zeros to that. 3 zeros to it. So let's do that. So 952, so the number doesn't change. 952, 0, 0, 0. Make that a little bit bigger so it fits. See, is your assignment working out okay for you guys? Anybody having trouble at all? No trouble? No trouble. There's not a way. Emma came back. We got about 6 minutes. All right, so this one, number 4, is 0.754 meters to centimeters. So that is meters to centimeters is 2 places. So that means if I take this number, 0.574, okay, I'm going to move this. So I do these little under things, kind of go underneath it, come back up, and then go underneath it and come back up. That tells me how many places I've moved. I've moved it from here 2 places to the right. So it becomes 57.4. 57.4. 57.4 is my answer. And it made it bigger. And that's how I kind of know that I'm going in the right direction here, because I started with something big and then I'm changing it to a different notation. Centimeters, meters to centimeters is like changing dollars to cents. Centi dollar, centi dollar, 57. So this basically says if I looked at this, 0.57 is like 57 cents in dollar bills, and it comes out to 57 cents here. So it's more likely I would want to have it in that unit myself if I was talking about money. I don't go around and say I have 0.57 dollars, $0.57, and people look at you crazy. So you'd say, well, I got 57 cents. All right. And here, this one is in liters to milliliters. All right. Liters, 5.2 287 liters. And we're going to milliliters. So we're right here at the base unit. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to move it over 3 places. 1, 2, 3. And you don't have to put a decimal point there, but I always like to. So 5,287 milliliters. 5,287 milliliters. Okay, and I want to let you know we have about 3 minutes left. So your job is do the blue, okay? I will give you extra points because you did this in class. So you've got through number 5 with me, okay? So you do the blue side, hand that in because you participated and got to number 5. I'm going to add 5 points. This is a 10-point assignment, so I'm going to add 5 points because you participated. So here you go, 36 millimeters to centimeters, and this one goes the opposite direction. So if it's going from a small to large, we move the decimal place to the left. All right, and I'll help you out with this one. This one would be 36 to centimeters. We're going to move it. This is going to be 3.6, right? Because if I look at this, 36 has a decimal at the end, and we're moving it this direction and making it smaller. Instead of 36, we make it 3.6. All right. So like I said, extra 5 points for participating with me in class and handing this in. You have till the end of the week, and it expires by the end of the week. So you can't do this the extra points past Friday. Oh, sure, I can do that. There you go. All right, you have a minute to go, ladies and gentlemen. If you need help on this and you have a free time next hour, so at between 1:35 and 2:20, I'm in the learning lab, okay? So if you want to go over this in the learning lab and you have time, you're not in a break, you can do that. Now, if you have a break some other time, there are other teachers in there as well. Just show them this assignment and they will help you. All right, guys, you are free to go. You certainly are, Kaylee. Not a problem. I have no problem with making the slide bigger. Sure. Yep, you can move things around if you want to. Yep. Bye, Justin. Thanks for coming, guys. Bye, Emma. You're so welcome. Great idea. I like the idea. Have a great one, ladies and gentlemen.